Today is 21st of May 2026 and it's Thursday and we're going to do a trade review of the last day, okay, the Wednesday. So I traded gold. I took one trade and it was a break-even trade, okay. Let's get into it. So I'll be honest, there was no clear buys for me. A bit clear, I was a bit bearish than bullish, but still I wasn't that pretty sure. So that's why I set some higher time frame areas. If those areas respective to the downside, if the entry model form on those area to the downside, then I will take it short. Okay. So daily chart, we're going to talk about this candle. I highlighted this week, this the longest week and this recent week low. Okay, and this is the weekly wick, and this is the daily and weekly low. Okay, on daily chart we took this high, but on silver we did not take this high. Okay, and there's a break in market structure plus this proportional block. Okay, so this was one thing more which was making me interested in short, and then there was SMT formed, and I remember silver didn't. Yeah, we can confirm it. Yeah, silver didn't take this high, but gold did take this high. And there was something where gold didn't take this high, but silver did. Okay. So there was some relative equal highs to upside, but on silver we did take these highs. You can see. Yeah, this one. So yeah. On silver we did take this high, but on gold we did not. Okay, then there is this low part of the daily week. This was the previous day, first presented 15-minute gap. There's a break in market structure plus this proportion block, and I entered on 1 minute on one account. Okay, this the entry model which I used was 1 minute first presented fair value gap plus quarter plus on a higher time frame. Obviously, with the correlated with higher time frame. Okay, with all the buys. It's not that I entered on my entry. So it didn't take this high. Okay, uh, it would be better if we did went higher than take this higher than worse. So what? So first presented fair value have formed. We went higher, went into the CEO first presented 15-minute gap, old one. Then we respected it. Then went to the downside. I didn't enter here because there was no break in market structure and there is breaker formed. It's not. It wasn't high probable breaker or strong because it didn't take this high. I'll be more confident if it did take this high before going to the downside. So we went down, but still it was a break in to the downside and worth risking. And there was some smooth lows to the downside. Let me show you. There were much smooth lows on silver on higher time frame. As you can see, this low, this low, this low, and on silver there were much smoother lows. As you can see, all are relative equal lows. Okay, this low, then took this low, then all these are relative equal lows. And I think even on daily chart, yes, you can see. Okay, then there is this high, and sorry, low. Then there is this low. So I was bearish. I took this on for 5 minutes. You can see same breaking market structure, but not that smooth one. But you can see there was some smooth relative equal low. These were taken, and this was a proportional block, and this got to the downside, and I entered here. And what happened after it? Okay, after it, something happened which I wasn't expecting at all. So at this time, I also posted on the between the trade that I want price to respect this level. So what my meaning is by this is at that time I wanted to respect this upper quarter to the downside. Okay, this was something which I wanted to see, and it did. It break to the downside, respected it went to the downside. So when it was respected, I was comfortable where we can go to this low quarter, and we did. But after that, when we went here, we plus first of all we touched the low quarter, which is an important area. We can reverse from here, not reverse, can reverse from here at least to this upper quarter, even if we are bearish. Second of all, we took these lows, which was also a low on 15-minute chart, I guess. Yes, you can see this was taken. So I placed the stop loss to break even, which was and which was logical, okay, which was more the right thing, okay. So, and I forgot to inform you about the news. There was no New York news today, yesterday, like on the Wednesday, this transaction. There was one news, which was FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. Okay, so we touched here. I placed the stop loss above this 5-minute first present fair value gap. We expanded to the upside. It took me, and then we started to going to the upside. Okay, and you can see how we did expand to upside. This was the second present fair value gap. Then there was second present 5-minute gap. Then there was 15-minute gap. I didn't highlight the gap because I knew that we're not going to trace into it, or even if we did, I'm not interested that big gap at that time. Okay, then we went to upside. Then I started looking at the monthly, this upper quarter and lower quarter, and yeah. So I was looking for price to make a model. I was looking at the price where we can go, and I decided, and not decided, but I saw that how we respected this area. We touched this upper quarter plus respected this low quarter upside, went to the high upper quarter of that wick of which low quarter respected, went higher, start respecting, consolidating here. So what I wanted to see at that time was a model form, a clear model, a higher probable model on this low quarter. Okay, low quarter plus this upper quarter, then I would have entered for a long entry, at least looking for this high. Okay, but as you can see, we went higher but closed to the downside, and then we start consolidating, and then the session ends. And as you know, it's my rule that when there is no news and New York news, I will not be trading late New York session. And then we a bit consolidated after the news. There was some movement started, and then at the end there was this kind of model I wanted to see. This formed at 7 p.m. went down. It's 55. Let's see on the 5-minute chart. Even on 50-minute, there was a clear break-in market structure entry model. And 2 p.m. news was here, and this is also a entry model. Break to downside. Like the price action went down. This what I am interested in more. Took the low, break to downside, proportional block entry, and went to upside. Touch the CE, and then yes, there we are. And yeah, there's not much excitement, not much opportunity for me this week. All this May, I would say, not in backtest session and not in live trade, but there was this trade, and yeah, it reversed from a very logical area. I didn't do any mistake. I did the right thing, and I'm proud of myself that I'm not forcing any trade. This was a logical trade, and this was some area which was very powerful, and I did the right thing by, because at that time I was honestly very confident, especially by seeing the one silver asset that we are going to close on the downside, at least to this CE. Okay, the way we respect, not it didn't respect the way I wanted this upper quarter. I'll be very confident that if we make a break in market structure and then break this low, then I will be expecting to even go to this low quarter. But you can see we just went down and went to upside, which was just a higher time frame wick. It was just, as you can see on 5-minute, it's just a wick which closed above this upper quarter, which means we respected this upper quarter to upside. Okay, even this upper quarter of the daily and this weekly. So this was a day I did the very right thing, and that's why the day didn't close in loss. And I'm being very careful, and I'm very proud of myself how I'm um, engaging in this kind of this kind of market, not forcing any trade. I'm seeing what kind of what market is probably doing in even in this kind of situations, and not hurting myself in these even these kind of in scenarios. So this was the day, and so you can see this was this trade, and I risked $200, I remember, and yeah, it was going pretty well, but yeah, it is what it is. I could get out on this low quarter. Yes, it's uh, that's totally questionable. That why did I, if I knew that this is a area which can be receptive to upside, why didn't I do place a TP to here first? Then my RR would be lower, and that's not the main case. Okay, the main is on higher time frame. Okay, there's always risk. Okay, if we did respect to this area, and there was some smooth lows to a downside. Okay, I was logical. I didn't took this trade illogical. And what I wanted to see was this being respectful downside. If my buys were right, um, which were kind of wrong, yes, it was wrong. It started well, but it was wrong. But if we did respect this upper part of the downside, we'll yeah, high probable that we went to this lose. And yeah, it did not happen, and it's totally fine. And I'm not don't regret my decision, because it's not just quarters I'm seeing. I took this trade on by seeing on all the high time frame and all the confirmation, but still it wasn't a good model, or sorry, a good trade. Not that high probable, like one of my the like A plus setup, but still it wasn't that bad as well. It was logical. It was at least A grade setup or B plus setup, and yeah, it was just the market didn't want to pay right now. So yeah, I think that's it for the day. Inshallah, in the next video, love.